So what's going on, everyone? It is your boy QuestX coming back at you once again with another video, and I gotta talk about this Ryan Clark situation because, you know, I did see my brother Say Less's response video to me, agreeing with Antonio Brown. Listen, Ryan Clark's performance today on ESPN First Take just confirms everything I said in my video. Now, my brother Say Less disagrees with me, and I understand where he disagrees with me, what point he was making. He was saying, listen, it is very loosely that we use, many of us in the community, I've been guilty of it, of labeling somebody a coon right off the bat. But I'll be damned if what Ryan Clark did today, alongside his fellow coon friend, and I'm just going to say his fellow coon friend and Stephen A. Smith, they did exactly what coons and Uncle Toms fucking do. Okay? Soft shoeing, tap dancing Uncle Toms. This is what they do. Alright? And I'm going to tell you what I alluded to in my last video when I spoke about this, when I first initially spoke about this situation. I told you guys, I've been in locker rooms, okay? College, high school. I made my attempt at the pros. Didn't pan out. Whatever. I'm telling you guys, something went down between Ryan Clark and Antonio Brown. This is personal. Okay? This is personal. Ryan Clark probably came in to the Pittsburgh Steelers organization thinking he'd be the golden boy. Thinking he'd be the I'm the number one here. Okay, everybody love me, okay? But no, your skills didn't translate to get the kind of notoriety that AB gets, okay? And you a little jealous prick, okay? That's what it comes down to. Everything I see from him, oh, he's a narcissist. You know, I ran and told the coaches that if you give him this money, he's gonna be. Well, what are you doing? To quote Black Reality TV, my brother, what are you pocket watching on this man already? You know why you pocket watching? Because you's a fucking hater. You've been a hater from day one. Okay, that's the first thing. All right, and then I watched your fucking body language on ESPN First Take. Okay, Max Kellerman. Why is it that Max Kellerman has to check Stephen A. Smith and remind them? All right, like why is it that Max Kellerman seems to have the role of to remind the black commentators when there is a situation that they should be mindful of and not overstep? Why is it that it's Max Kellerman that has to remind them? Because Max Kellerman is telling Ryan Clark during the segment, you know, you're using phrases that are, you know, are unfortunately racially charged phrases. And Ryan Clark is just using them. Okay, like nothing. Listen, white supremacy being regurgitated by an African American is the definition of buck dancing and cooning. Okay? So Ryan Clark does that very, very well. All right? In the live stream I attended or I listened to with Black Reality TV, my brother from the LDBC, he says, you know, during the thing when he was talking about both sides, and yes, he's in agreement with me. Yeah, and also in agreement with Say Less. There are many times our community is quick to label someone a coon. But 9 times out of 10, and I'm gonna be very confident with that. 9 times out of 10. Do the percentage count on that. 9 times out of 10, if our community spots one, it is one. Ryan Clark is a coon. He is a buck dancer. You know what? You can say that Ryan Clark didn't jump to defend Ben Roethlisberger, but he damn sure didn't speak out against it with the same energy that he is speaking out against against AB that he did against Ben Roethlisberger, if ever he even broached the subject in that amount of detail. Did you go to the coaches and tell the coaches, oh, you know, don't pay Ben Roethlisberger. You know, you should get another coach because, you know, he did have those 2 alleged instances of rape. You know, I mean, if he's going to violate a human being that way, how can I trust him in the locker room? Isn't that the same bullshit that you talk about AB? Okay, I'm just keeping it real here. Because, see, I never come at it with this sort of energy, but because of everything that happened, okay, leading up to this, what does Ryan Clark do? He did, I literally posted my video hours before he went on ESPN First Take, and what did he do? He fucking validated everything I said he would do. Everything I said he was. Okay? He's the Malcolm Jenkins. Okay? He is the Malcolm Jenkins of ESPN, bro. Let's just keep it real. That's why Eric Reed went at his Malcolm Jenkins. Y'all forget that. Oh, what did Malcolm Jenkins do? I'm going to take the high road and not go into that. It's always this. You can tell a buck dancer and a soft shoer from the jump. Oh, I'm not going to. He called me a sellout, and Uncle Tom. But, I'm not going to validate that. I'm not going to touch that right there, because I'm just going to call it down the middle. I'm going to call it down the middle. Come on, Ryan Clark, man. Who you think you fooling, bruh? Who you think you fooling? I'm going to be honest with you. It's something else. If you never played football before, if you've never been on that roster on a team, you don't know. If AB had the assurance to get on social media and call Ryan Clark what he called him, and now this is going to be a direct, and I want to make sure that this is not so people don't understand this is not disrespect to my brother, Say Less. You know how, Say Less, you put in your response video to me, you said, well, no, everybody doesn't know that Ryan Clark is Uncle Tom. I don't know if you played sports, but when you get to certain levels, even in high school, I can see, I'm just going to use from high school to college, okay? I'm going to use that. Especially when you're in college, everyone pretty much forms an idea of each player. And that idea is a universal consensus of that player. And everybody knows about it. And by that I mean, and I know to follow me here, that means that if I'm the type of player that everybody knows, you got to go get Q, you got to put that fire under him when he gets on the field. You got to motivate him. Everybody, good team leaders know, and it has been spoken about behind closed doors with everyone. For AB to say what he said, okay, about Ryan Clark, means that there are more players on the Steelers team that think and feel the exact same way about Ryan Clark. Okay? There's probably players in the league who are on other teams who feel the exact same way about Ryan Clark. Hence, a la Eric Reed, when he spoke out against Malcolm Jenkins. You don't think that Eric Reed had conversations with several other players who had the same perspective on Malcolm Jenkins? I'm telling you guys, there's more to the story. And the more that Ryan Clark opens his mouth, the further that he tries to dive into the psyche of Antonio Brown, he's revealing who he is. A fucking hater. A jealous fucking hater who is willing to soft shoe, tap dance, buck dance, do whatever he can, okay, to get people to see his side. I'm not falling for it. I'm not going for it. Now, I say all of this to say, to get to this eventual point. We eventually have to stop. And it's something that got me to thinking. Like, when I was thinking about, I listened to Say Less's response. I listen to the live stream, and then I go to the ESPN First Take, and I watch that horrid, first of all, never use Stephen A. Smith to defend you. That is the worst thing you can do, especially from the buck dancing Uncle Tom coon-ass debate. No, because you fall into the trap of, why don't buck dancers stick together? They do cheerlead for each other. And what did Stephen A. do? He cheerleaded for you, Ryan Clark. He buck danced for you, because I remember specifically when you had your Negro hat on and you called Stephen A. Smith out for his buck dancing. You were his enemy. But now all of a sudden you guys homeboys. Yeah, whatever. Come on, man. I see this con from a mile away. But back to what I was going to. Listen, it comes down fundamentally that what we need to do, especially with this Antonio Brown situation, is separate the issues. The fact is, yes, Antonio Brown, I said it in my last video. My first video addressing the situation. He needs to clean shit up. He definitely does need to clean shit up. I'm not absolving him of the childish behavior that he has conducted himself. But when you got a fucking rapist who's gotten away with rape twice, who it's literally been said that this dude paid people off to get away with this shit, okay? He gets no criticism whatsoever. Like my man Black Reality TV said, undermines Mike Tomlin left and fucking right. Yet you can focus on AB. And this is what we need to be, as a community, as a black community, what we need to clean up. The fact is that whenever it's just talked about negatively, when a black man is talked about negatively, okay, and it's the truth, okay, because I'm calling it down the middle, like everybody wants to say, call it down the middle. Let's call it down the middle. The whole point is that when negative shit is talked about black athletes, there is this knee-jerk reaction. We got to get the facts. No, for me, if this makes me wrong, if I'm wrong for siding with home team first, then I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong. I want to side with home team. That's my whole point. I don't need to. I'm going to side with home team. And that means and if I'm going to relate it to my brothers in the LDBC, I don't care what anybody says. Somebody can come to me and be like, yo, you know what this such person said. I'm siding with home team first. I don't give a fuck. I may not let you know. You can come to me and tell me, oh, listen, man, yo, he doing this all the... Yeah, that's my homeboy. You may be able to sit there and give me evidence, throw it on the table, boom, 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 and boom, and say, yeah, you see this photo, man? That's him, man. That's him doing it. Oh, yeah, that could be him. That might be him. Yo, what you and him talk about in private? I'm not going to sit there and talk about what we spoke about in private. What does Ryan Clark do? Speak about private conversations. Okay? See, I'm sorry. I don't subscribe to any white supremacy. Any form of white supremacy. And I especially am going to be leery of a person of color using and regurgitating white supremacy. And Ryan Clark regurgitates a lot of white supremacy point of views. Oh, I have a problem with AB because, I'm all about respect. Okay? Talibot, whatever he talks about, we don't even talk back. Everything about Ryan Clark he spews submissiveness. I don't roll with that. That's me. If I'm wrong for that, I'll take my lumps. If people don't want to agree with me or roll with me on that, I'll take it. Okay? If you want to unsubscribe from me because I don't believe in being submissive at any time as a black man in America, then unsubscribe from me. I'm sorry. That's me. I'll take this L. I'll be called whatever you want to call me. Say whatever you want to say. But I will never regurgitate white supremacy. I will never, ever do it. And Ryan Clark spews white supremacy. He does it on a regular basis. Ever since he got put in his place by ESPN and his job was threatened, okay, after he went after Stephen A. Smith, this man did a complete 180. And it is the fucking truth. It is something that I'm not making up. It is something that I'm not... You can go back and look at his energy and how he has conducted himself from day... Well, I want to say from day one. But from day one of that, after that event with Stephen A. Smith. It's your boy Quest X. Again, like I said, you can agree with me or not agree with me. I don't really care. But on this situation, after watching that ESPN First Take segment, come on now. I'm done. I'm done with Ryan Clark. I've seen enough. I saw enough prior. This is some of the things that, like, again, when I brought up what I brought up, and this is one of the things where I hope that to hear Shannon Sharp's opinion on this situation, because I know Shannon Sharp is a logical individual who looks at things from all sides. It's why I said in my video, I'm very cautious with what I say. People may think I'm not, but I am. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Ryan Clark is doing exactly like Black Reality TV said. Why are you talking like the suppressor? Don't give him no money. Yeah, don't give him no money. Nah, son. Nah. It's your boy Quest. And then your whole, that whole little, hey, I'm not going to speak bad about, I know it sounds bad, but, like, I'm not going to speak about, Antonio Brown, saying what he says. It's like when the African-American community, I'm supposed to just side with the African-American community. Yes, motherfucker, you're supposed to side with the African-American community. Stay the fuck on code first. Then, after you've gathered the information, you come out and you make an educated decision. But you, from day one, have been hating against AB. Ain't got the same bass in your voice when you talk about Ben Roethlisberger. Ain't got the same bass in your voice when you get challenged on racially charged subjects that you get challenged with now. I've seen it. So, hey, it's your boy Quest X. I'm out.